Hey you guys, Mr. Mooney 1235 here. I'm gonna try something a little bit different. I've always been kind of like against doing like video diaries on YouTube and stuff like that, but I can see that some people actually do care. Because like in my mind, like when somebody records themselves talking about like their own life, like who would want to watch that? You know, like who gives a crap what these people are doing? Um, it's just been like, why do people do that? But apparently, some people care, and so I'm just gonna try one of these myself. Um, my childhood was like this is gonna be one of those things where like there's not gonna be like any edits or anything special about it. I mean, the only time there might be an edit is like if there's like a whole lot of silence and I lose my train of thought or something like that. But the rest of the time, it's just going to be pretty much, for the most part, raw footage. Uh, some people like doing that, and I'll give it a try myself. I want to talk to you guys about like life, like growing up wise, from like my personal experience from like my elementary school years to where I am now. Um, back when I was in elementary school, I was always kind of nerdy, I guess. I mean, I was into Yu-Gi-Oh cards, Pokemon cards, anime, all that type of shit. And I did get picked on a lot. I mean, I know you can't really tell by looking at me right now, but back in the day, I was just like the dorkiest thing that you'd ever seen. Uh, I was lucky enough to never have to wear like glasses or anything like that, but um, the only people I had really standing beside me were my main friends that kind of had like the same interests as me, which I guess is more than most guys can say who kind of had that same mentality, like all that nerd stuff, I guess. Some of them, didn't have any friends. I was lucky enough to actually have a good handful that I could actually depend on. Of course, that's changed over the years, and I've lost contact with some of them, and we don't really see each other anymore or really care about each other as much anymore. But but I was always picked on a whole lot. I've never been really good at sports. Like PE was like torture for me because like a whole bunch of jocks would always pick on me and tell me that I'll never amount to anything or I'm not cool enough, and it was a hard time. I mean, like I was taken advantage of. I was really gullible, and like I believed everybody. Like what anybody said, I would like take their word for it, even if they were just kind of like fucking with me. But yeah, that was a hard time. But like I've like I guess matured over the years. I've gotten out of certain stuff, and like obviously you've been able to tell I've gotten more into music. I used to only listen to Weird Al Yankovic. That was like the only artist that I would listen to. I didn't know anything about music apart from Weird Al Yankovic back in those days. Yeah, the girls really love him. Yeah, they do, especially the big fat ones. But anyway, my girlfriend hates him. The rare opportunities a track one of his comes up, she's always has to skip it. But it was difficult because I mean like I didn't have any girls that were liked me. I never got invited to any parties or anything like that. I got invited to one, and I think it was just because the guy like that invited me, I think he just pitied me. I guess he could see that I needed someone to pretend to be my friend, I guess. And even then it was just really uncomfortable. I didn't feel like I fit in anywhere. But as soon as I got into high school, man, things started to change. I made a whole lot more friends. Uh, found a whole lot more people that were more interested in my type of stuff. Stayed in contact with my very best friend from my elementary school years. He was actually just here last night. Me and a few friends were having a party, getting a little wasted, and actually went to bed at about 6:30 this morning. It's 4:44 now. I'm about to go to another party tonight. My life has just been a total 360. It's like turned all the way around. I went from like being like the nerdy, unpopular guy to somebody who could actually I don't know, relate to people. I have a little bit more confidence than I used to. And now, I go to parties. I have girls come over. I have a girlfriend that I can consider to be one of the more beautiful people out of anybody I've ever met. I mean, I go on Facebook and sometimes I'll look at pictures of, the guys who used to bully me, all the assholes. And then I'll look at, pictures of their girlfriends, and my girlfriend is, a million times hotter than what they're with. And they're the ones that said I would never amount to anything. So it feels good to, prove them wrong, I guess. I don't know. And then, my career, too. I went to school, got a degree, got a job in my career field, and I'm really happy with my job. I love my job. I recently actually just got promoted yesterday. I went from being just a board operator to a assistant production person. I'll be actually making commercials and voicing commercials on the radio. So that's exciting. Hopefully I'll get some footage of that whenever it gets rolling. My training for that part of the job starts on Monday. But it just feels good to grow up from what I was to what I am now, and can look back and say those guys were wrong. And it feels good. It really does. After being put down that much, I guess, it's nice to actually hear that. Yeah. I mean, I live with a great friend of mine that I met in college. He's my roommate. You probably watch a few of his YouTube videos if you watch the John's Album Review TV. If you watch that at all, that's my roommate. So yeah, I've got a wonderful girlfriend who treats me right. I've got a great handful of friends that I hang out with at least once a week. I mean, my work schedule is kind of hectic because I work every day of the week, except for weekends, which is nice. I get weekends off most of the time, and unless I have to cover for somebody, but that rarely happens. So I've got a great job. I've got a great girlfriend who's really good to me. I have a great sex life. I'm going to get a little bit more personal. Me and my girlfriend will just go at it, man. It's awesome. I mean, when we were partying last night, me and her snuck off for a little bit just to, do that. And then we went back in there and joined them. Everybody knew what happened, but I think everybody's kind of used to it. Everybody knows me and her would do that a lot. She probably wouldn't like me telling you all this right now. But yeah, great job, great girlfriend, great friends. Hanging out a lot more often, hanging out with a big group of people is a lot more satisfying than the 2 or 3 close friends that I used to have back in elementary school. But my friends have a total different look on it. They used to think they think that elementary school years were the tits. They loved it. I didn't so much. I loved my high school years and my college years a whole lot more than I did my elementary school years. So yeah, I guess the reason I'm making this, if anybody is still watching this, is that if there's anybody who's in my situation, who I guess is kind of nerdy right now, is getting picked on a whole lot. I mean, they say this all the time, the smartest kid is always going to get the best job, then the guys that used to pick on them, the jocks, the stupid idiot jocks, are going to end up working for them one day. It's kind of Bill Gates type story, but that doesn't always happen. The point is, even if like you're not working underneath them, you will have a better life than them. I can say from experience. Most of them are like smoking weed, getting in trouble, jail, all that bullshit. I've never smoked weed in my life. Sorry. I mean, I'm a pretty heavy drinker, but I've never like smoked weed. I don't care to. Whatever. Call me a loser. I don't give a fuck. But like where they're all getting in trouble and getting these girls that like, I don't know, like I just feel like there's somebody out there that can relate to what I'm saying. And probably in the same situation that I am right now. They're actually able to look back on the people that used to pick on them all the time and it's like, hey, fuck you. I mean, like, I'm better than you now. Like, I don't know why I was stressed out about, like, thinking that I had to be you to actually be somebody. It's pointless. It's absolutely pointless. You just need to be you, basically. I mean, like, I know it sounds cheesy as hell, and it sounds like a damn after-school special, but it's actually true. I mean, like, you don't have to be all cheesy about it. I mean, like, but I don't know. That's another like diary type thing for another day, and talking about like calling people gay or like following what the media trends and stuff like that. I'm gonna be talking about that in some other videos, but as of right now, I just want to say it gets better. Like if any like this could go for anybody like contemplating suicide or something like that because of bullying. It gets better. They say it all the time, but it really does. You're going to find out, like, when you get into high school and college and stuff like that, more people that have the same interests as you, and some people that'll have your back more often. It's fine. It'll be good. So, I guess this is the end of this. I just wanted to try it out. I bet nobody will fucking watch this. If you made it to this point, good for fucking you. Nobody's going to watch this. But, whatever. I tried something different. Don't like it. I probably won't do these as often as my album reviews, but I will try to put out a few of these in case anybody is interested. Mr. Repsion does it all the time on his coffee time videos, and a lot of people watch them, so whatever. It's not important, so I'll talk to you guys later.